whether it be you and me to the end of eternity beginning naturally. You gotta show me love.
Everything. Whatever you think you can't do, you can do that thing. Like, come on, man. This is life. We got to figure shit out for ourselves. So anyway, I digress. You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. I didn't understand it. I still don't. And it hurt me. So I was just trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. You can't read someone else's mind. You can't figure them out. They got to figure themselves out. So I was like, let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA because it's getting ready to be fire in Vegas. You need to come back. I love LA, so I said okay. And he said that I could stay with him, and so I was like, okay. But you have a dog, I have a dog. Do we have? And he's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm gonna put you in a hotel for the night, and that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys! I was like, no, this is unacceptable, because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there, and so I would take video and send it to him. And he's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. I'm like, dude, I'm the one who has to live here. This is my remote for my phone. You can push play and pause and all that stuff, so that's why I'm holding this. Anyway, and it's way cheaper than the hotel. I told my assistant one day, I have been researching car life. There's a whole community of people that live in their cars, and a whole community of people that live in their RVs, and a whole community of people that live in vans. Van life, car life, RV life. And I loved what I was seeing. I just thought, wow, these people, I could do that. I could do this, I think. And I ended up in my car, and it's been, like I said, 3 years. Yeah, I mean, I felt like he was playing games, and I knew he was playing games, and I wasn't the one. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to make this easier on you, because financially, I know it's got to be hard. You're paying your rent, and you're paying my hotel. Like, no, his apartment was $1,700 a month, and then my hotel was over $3,000. Yeah, way too much, and no. I'm not doing this. I can't. So, and I was always stressed every week because he would pay weekly for the hotel. So every week I was like, oh my God, can you afford it? Are you okay? And he's like, no, I can't, but I'm getting it together. What? You're the one who said to go to the hotel, and you're not approving any of the apartments. Like, it would be so much cheaper to just get me into an apartment. Like, what's the problem? Sometimes I think, you guys, people want to trap you and keep you in a situation where you're vulnerable and depending on them. And I would have chosen, but I'm glad that I put myself out here. I'm glad that I did it. I have no shame. I am my own responsibility, you know? I only have me out here, and so I have to really, like, plan ahead for a lot of things. It's up to me, win or lose. When I succeed again, because I will, when I'm on top again, or when I have a resurgence of my career again, the way that I want, that getting to that point is only up to me. So from here, from my car into that life is going to be amazing. From this point, and succeeding again is going to be amazing. I see it in my mind. I have known. Sometimes before I go to sleep, I visualize seeing myself like, oh my God, #1 documentary, whoever I sell it to, I don't know, Netflix, because people have to see what this is like. But just a woman in general, or a man, please, this is not, like I said, it's not easy, but that you can do this on your own. You can make it happen for yourself. And the people that I have met along the way, like I said, I'm very cautious who I talk to. But some of the people that I've talked to are like, oh my God, yeah, it's not easy, but I wouldn't trade it because, like, wow. Would I have an apartment right now if I had a choice? I would. I'm not going to lie. But am I glad that I did this? Absolutely. Proud of what I've accomplished out here. Just so you guys know, I have a gym membership and I shower there. Yeah, I'm a funky diva, but I'm not funky. But I wouldn't trade any of what I've gone through for nothing. Like, guys, I miss my family, but I'm proud of me. And I'd rather be on my own right now and see my family when it's time, and when things change, hopefully they come to terms with what they did. My sister, we don't talk, but I helped her so much when I first got in Envogue and through my career. And now no one is anywhere to be found. And that's okay. I know how I treated everybody in my life. They're the ones who have to live with how they treated me. So I feel for them, but I can't tell them how to behave. They're grown.
It break my heart to do this story right here. I'm gonna keep it real. Reason why I break my heart is because I grew up on Envogue. It's sort of like the other day when I told you that you grew up with certain people, Michael Jackson, Kobe Bryant, you know what I mean? And when these people pass away, I know you don't know them personally, you know their music, you know their journey. And that kinds of, put a soft spot in your heart. So I definitely grew up with Envogue. Like, I don't know how old a lot of y'all are, but in the 90s, the 90 era, they was real big. I'm talking about hit after hit after hit after hit. Can't miss. We were banging, every time you turn the radio on, you'll hear the Envogue. And I believe this Don that's sinking right here. So, man, I'm talking about, man, life will deal you a bad hand. And, of course, I'm going to run her story down briefly, but you can see the whole story. You can really go on her page. It's, I think, the official Don Robinson on YouTube. So type in official Don Robinson, and I suggested that people start a GoFund. I mean, if you got people like Shamon Jones going to start a GoFundMe and get $51,000, and I showed you my man's the other day, DJ Funk. He got $35,000 after he passed away. I'm sure she can make a lot more money now. I have to throw this in. There. It could be because she says she's making a documentary, right? And she think about selling it to Netflix or, some type of, Tubi, I don't know. And, they might pay her what? Yeah, we give you $5 million for this story and put it out there, because she filmed like a documentary. And so she said she been living out of her car for 3 years. It could be publicity, because she's saying like, okay, from where I was at in stardom to living in my car, now to getting back on top. I mean, you 58. You understand? So I don't see no comeback as far as like the Angie Stone said she was coming back. After it's a new era, and we appreciate the music that you made, and it's kind of hard to adapt to the new era with the new music, because really R&B it's kind of, it's not like it was. It's still R&B, but when you sing songs like this, it kind of, I'm not gonna say the people, a lot not gonna relate to it. Maybe the old timers, they'll relate to it, but not the new generation. Like Lil Jim Jones, he just dropped something, right? And him dropping what he dropped, he revealed that he's doing pretty good with the new generation. Even he say, hey, that's amazing. Who else doing it? Because, time changes. And, we'll sit back and pull this off the shelf. But, it could be that. It could be that. Whatever it is, I'm still supportive because I was a fan, like a huge fan of hers. You understand? I'm just going to say this, right? I'm a supporter. Everybody else getting rich. I mean, because apparently she fell on some bad, hard times, right? Eventually. And you can be at the top of the world and get put in a situation. It's a lot of TV stars that was homeless. Basketball players, that went homeless. And you be like, what happened? Look at, they say Dwayne Wade, ex-wife, she's on the streets, homeless after a $5 million settlement. It's a lot of things that happen that you just don't hear about, and you just think, hey, we did this and that, and we should be set forever. That's not really the case, man. Man, I hate to do this, this here. I'm glad she's not dead. Very glad she's not dead. But it just kind of, it put me in a vulnerable situation because I love these women. Like LOVE. Because, they brought me in a certain era that was a beautiful era. And a lot of y'all missed that era. This before the social media era. This the era to where, when you turn on the radio, they're playing nothing but love songs and, dusties and very little hip hop. I know hip hop was out there. They were playing mainstream hip hop, the Humpty Dance and, the Tupac, Keep Your Head Up. It had to be positivity. It wasn't no this stuff they got going on now. So it was a good time. Then that nighttime, you turn the radio on and this when the love songs come on, this type of stuff. You sitting back in the room, the red light bulb on, you feel me? Got your girl, you sitting back, you understand? Summertime, raining, you hear me? I'm talking about, man, beautiful game. Then, wintertime, you in your car, 812s in the trunk. Well, we rocking 412s back in the day on a Chevy, hit a couple of blocks, slamming. Hit, car alarms coming out, heading up the block, like you got two gorillas in that motherfucker. Hitting the block. You ain't ready for that, man. Man, hey, bro. So, whatever the situation is, man, I'm going to support the situation. You know what I'm talking about. But this kind of right here hurt my heart right here, And again, official Dawn Robinson is her YouTube page. I'm not even sure she's monetized because I don't think she haven't put any live videos up. But I believe she should be able to go live, but she haven't put anything up yet. But I'm just speaking in general. We know Terry played on Juice, and I think she went solo for a while. But pretty much the backstory is the dude from Tony, Ralph Sequel, he called her, I guess she was staying in a different city, and he like, hey, we want to put something together, woo. Come out here, and she said she had a couple of deals on the table, and she went out there because she knew him. She knew him since she was 16. She's 58, so that's what 40 years that they known each other, 42 years. And he put the move on her. She got out there, like she said, that's what she was talking about. She got out there and he like she can stay with him. She get out there, he started acting, moving funny. Talking about well, there ain't enough room in here. So, then he put her in the hotel. Like she said, she stayed in the hotel for 8 months. He panned her. I'm talking about this is LA. Hotels expensive. So she said that's about $3,000. It's like a $90 a night. Plus he plays $1,700. So he looking at easy $5. And he started moving funny after that, And like she said, you can just put me in an apartment. He playing around. He don't really want to do that. You feel me? But when you go and looking at some of her other interviews, she's saying like when they went overseas and everybody was asking, questions. I think her, Tribe Called Quest, and the Tony, the 3 top members went, overseas, as she say, and they wanted to ask her question because everybody don't know Tribe Called Quest and Tony, but everybody know Envogue. So he like, say, dude, come over there, and he was talking to her. He like, man, excuse me, you see me the fuck right here? Like he just got real mad. Then she said they was sent somewhere else, and they got to ask her a question, and he said, excuse me, everybody else over here got careers too. We sing too. She like, yeah, but you're not Envogue. Like, you're not Don Robinson. In so many words. And she like, damn. Like, she kind of felt like, like, damn. She just told him, man, she know how he is, that he's very jealous of her. And that's crazy, because I fuck with Tony. In that rain in Southern California, I fuck with them, bro. I mean, for a guy to be jealous of a female, and don't get me wrong, they had a decent career, Tony. I think they did something on House Party that I like, that I download. It Never Rained in Southern California. It's your anniversary. So I understand they got some nice hits. But you said, what I mean? And I'm not going to say they not Envogue. Envogue had some hits. Tony had an era. They had some, they got some shit. So it ain't like they just from anybody. Nah, they not no little group. They eats. But it's the thing that, it's just the thing that, that kind of went south, that he had her come out there and he didn't do right by her, according to her. So, with that being said, that led her to being homeless. And once she became homeless, because my thing is, you got sisters, you got friends, let me say this. Women, if any women listening, that's why God made men. A woman can only work for so long. You're not built like a man. At some point you want to sit back and be feminine and live your womanhood. Let the man take care of all the bills and worry about a roof over your head. My ex-wife said to me, I think she talked to me about maybe 3 weeks ago, and she said, you know what? She said, all that time we been together, and you was out there and you put a roof over our head and you taking care of the 4 kids. To that extent, we don't know how much work you have to put in to now. Because she right there, she stay by herself. She house to house, in between jobs. Pretty much on the brink of being homeless. She stayed with her mama 3-4 different times. My kids got out, but a good thing they grown now. They got their own. But she just speaking in general, like, man, I have to commend you for, because right now she been on her own since 2009. So it's like 14, 15 years she been out in the field, and she like, it's hard. Got to get up every day, got to sleep. You got to manage my money, put gas in the car, pay a car note, groceries, laundry. I need things, It's a lot of things, that she got to do just personally. Glad we ain't got no babies, So she's starting to realize now that it's very hard. And so, you went through this whole career, beautiful and all the men at you, and you don't have a man? You don't have children? This is what they mean when they say the industry will take you, use you up, and then spit you out, and they look for the next new young artist. The industry don't care nothing about y'all. You know what I mean? So this is kind of, and speaking of that format, women, Get you a man. When you're young and beautiful, get you a man. Marry you a man by 30, no later than 35, because men like younger women, and be submissive and stay secure to that man. It's a lot of females out here. You know, my man's in Indiana, man, you know, every other week he has some young girl stand with him. 20, 21, 22 years old. Homeless. Texas, New York, Chicago. It's a lot of not only older women, but young women out here. The good thing about the young women, she young. She could jump in a Chevy or a high top, you know, van and, you know what I'm saying, do a few dicks and she can lay up. She can get away, but they going to use her around. But she can lay her head. You know what I mean? But I'm just speaking in general. You know, that's what a woman has going in her younger age. That's why you should secure a man and be with that man. But what happened when you get 58, 59, 60, you don't have no Social Security kicking in because you was like an independent artist. The record label been done with you. You haven't, you know, your career ain't, you know, like it was. Like you're not a Michael Jackson or a Prince to where you had generation wealth. You know, them boys was in the big money, you know, and you're not getting paid off your masters or anything, right? And then you're not getting paid off your publishing either. You're not getting booked for no shows. Man, I mean, it's crazy, bro. You know, what, you know, how you gonna survive? It's important to have a man, a woman. Ladies, while you beautiful, God give you a time frame, you know, to use your beauty so you secure a man. That's what that do. Catch them, hook them, post up. Because these young women moving in, and they easy. And when you get up that age, 40, 50, 60, guys checking for them 25, 27, 30. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. Men like them young. You know what I mean? Like I said in my old video, Jordan got him a younger wife. You know, Al Pacino, who else? Robert De Niro. I'm just speaking in general, man. I don't want to, you know, spend too much time on this story. But, yeah, man, that you know, hopefully she can start a GoFundMe and I'll actually donate to that, you know, because, you know, this is not good, you know. This is not good, you know, whatever the situation is, it's not good. So, you know, I'm a definitely, you know, look into this. You know, I know she got a Facebook, Instagram. I just went on her YouTube page. I believe she got Twitter. I'm not sure. I'll probably see if I can, you know, put it up in the at the end of this video. But you know, I'm just reporting on the news, man. You know, and giving you my spin on it. Hopefully, you know, they can, you know, well, she can put it together. I know she went solo. She went solo and she did a couple of hits and did her thing. And, you know, this is what Angie Stone was talking about. You know, when she said that she have no money. This is what TLC went through. This is what Crucial Conflict went through. Now, I'm not sure if, you know, she got a bad deal or, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, where the money at. You know, I don't know if she managed her money right, or I don't know if she got into a, because I think she mentioned something about being into a sucker deal, which a lot of women, a lot of artists back in the 90s, they got sucker deals. They just want to get out there and be famous. They didn't really understand, you know, that, you know, I mean, because their music is timeless. Clearly. You know, I still rock Envogue at the club. Everybody still like Envogue, you know. So, where that paper at, man? That's what I'm trying to get you, where that money at, gang. So I don't know, man. It's crazy. I hope I don't get. I mean, I'm not monetized, so because usually I play some different music in the background, but I want to honor her with this one here. You know what I'm saying? I want to play her little hits or whatever. But yeah, I believe she's the lead singer, man, of Envogue, and I know Terry. Like I said, she played on Juice. I know. I think they played in a few things. They got a. You know, they supposed to been doing like a collab, and I don't think that they on good terms to where they can do that. But you know, they supposed to been doing some type of project, and the project never went through. Then she said Buddy had her sign a bullshit deal because she know him. She signed with him, the dude from Tony. And she signed with him, with his label. And once she signed with him, he had her locked in the deal. And she was telling him about her bills, and she needed $1,500 to pay her mortgage. I think bro said he was gonna help her out because she like, the bank calling, they knocking on my door. I'm about to lose my house. He don't worry about it. You know what? I don't have a lot of money, but I'll figure it out. So even he fucked up. How you trying to sign somebody, nigga, and you barely making your rent? You know, it's kind of crazy. So, you know, that kind of went on, you know, with her and dude. And like she said, she known him for 42 years. You put your trust in the person. You ain't really got to, you know, read a contract. But really, do you? She didn't read the contract. He fucked her. Once he signed the contract, he like, well, you know, it's every man for themselves. You got to figure it out. Hold on, nigga, you got me out here. And a whole nother, you know, like Las Vegas, L.A., very, very high. Very high. San Francisco, I think, is the highest in the world. Then I think it's New York and Miami. These very high cities to stay in. So you're going to sell a lot of homeless people out there. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what happened. And he ended up going out there. She did. And when she went out there, you know, like I said, he put the stunt with the, well, I don't really have room in my house, so I put you in a hotel. Then, you know, they going on the trips. I told you how he was talking to the, you know, the foreign people. Like, man, you know, man, you get the fuck, you see me right here? You know, because I guess she was sitting on the side of him, and dude come right between us, got to talking. He like, you know what, man, you see me right here, man, move around, bro. You know, so that was rude. Then the lady came, and he tried to, excuse me, you see us over here? We all got fucking careers. The fuck? Like, she ain't the only one, like, bro, you pitching like a bro, nigga, what you on? You know, then have her sign with her. Then say, you know what, you on your own. You know, you can't sign nobody else, you under me. You do anything, I'm gonna sue you. And so many words, like, what type of, you know, now this a nigga she known 42 years. Some of you niggas ain't even 42 years old. So, I mean, it's crazy, man. You know, it's crazy, man. And that's sad. That's sad, you know. But again, you know, a lot of y'all need to look at this situation, famous or not, especially for the women. There's two lessons here. Number one, you can be up one day, homeless the next. Always put God first. You know, that is the Bible say, I want to say Matthew Luke 18:18. It's easier for a camel to enter the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven. In other words, a camel, big ass camel going through the eye of a needle. You know where you put the little thread at so you can sew something up. A camel have to fit through that first before a rich man get into heaven. Why? Because once you get rich, you forget about God. You need to be brought down and humble. That's why he says it's not for the rich. So that can go for anybody, you know, man, woman. If you up, you know what I mean, keep God first. He will humble you. Humble me. You know what I'm talking about? And I wasn't rich, but I had it going on. And he humbled me on to prison. You know, he'll make you start over and prioritize your, you know, your situation. And for a female, stop listening to these, I'm a bad bitch, I got my own everything, stuff like that. Stop listening to that. I just, man, you know, women, man, please listen. Stop this. I'm a bad bitch. You know, I got my own car, own job, own money. I don't need a man for shit. That's going to get you, you know what I'm saying, in a situation to where you're going to realize how important a man is in your life. You know, and I don't want to hear ain't no good men out here. There's good men out here. Y'all got to get y'all shit together too. But, you know what I mean, that lifestyle, that corporate woman lifestyle only lasts so long. You know what I'm saying? And you look at situations like to where when you're young and beautiful, that's your time. You better grab you somebody. Stop looking for that D-boy. All that old, you know, man, that bad boy shit. That ain't, look at the Cardi B Offset shit. You don't want that. That's the shit you gonna go through. You know, find you just a guy. You know what I'm saying? Work a job, don't matter how up you is, and appreciate a man. Because, you know, the book of Isaiah said man gonna be like fine gold. You're gonna be 7 women to 1 man. Why? Because all the men's gonna die in war. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna be fighting for men at some point. Find you a man, you know, build with that man, and that way you know, together, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Y'all can make it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you can't make it, trust me, he'll find a way. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, you depend on him. Stop talking about I don't need to depend on nobody. You better, because, you know, if you fall, you know what I'm saying, he'll be there to help you out. So I don't know, man. Just I'm just giving you my spin on it, you know. Take heed for me, you know what I'm saying? I done seen that happen. You know what I'm talking about? You see it happen right here. You know what I'm saying? Other situations you can love. It's a lot of people that's homeless. They're just not gonna tell you because they pride. You know what I'm talking about? So you have to, you know, understand from their perspective, you know. Like people be like, I'm broke. Who else came out? Tony Braxton. Tony Braxton, you got Crucial Conflict, rest in peace, Angie Stone, TLC, you know, what's the dude name? Played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Devontae. Remember, he was homeless. Dwayne Wade wife, you know, she's saying she homeless. It's a lot of situations to where a lot of people had it. Look at MC Hammer. He had, what, 30-something million? He be broke the next year. You know, and as soon as you get broke, people going about their way. You know what I'm saying? Look at Big Meech, 100 million. He come home, you know what I mean, just trying to make ends meet. You feel me? I'm talking about you can be up one day and down the next, you know, clearly. You just have to, you know, you got to find your niche, man. And like I said, don't take life for granted. You know, you got to build and, you know, invest. You know, you got you, what, 50,000 to your name. Hell, go open up your grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Go open up your clothing store where you can have money steady coming in every week. Or a restaurant, people got to eat. You know what I'm saying? Go buy your restaurant for 30,000 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Put 10, 15 in the bank and, you know, work the 5 around. That way you can pay your employees. I mean, invest. Because at some point, you know what I mean, that money going to have to turn around and work for you. You know, a lot of NBA players broke, have no money. Antoine Walker, he had a $130 million deal back in the 90s. He started writing bounce checks at the casino. You know what I'm saying? The police came after him. You know, Boston Celtics, Antoine Walker. I know him personally. You got Offset. They say he borrowed money at the, I think I spoke on this before. Offset, he borrowed money. Cardi was taking care of him. He was borrowing money from people to give me $5,000 and give me $3,000 because he had a gambling habit. And a lot of that stuff just didn't, you know what I mean, it didn't pan out right for him. So I'm just speaking in, you know, in general on that note. Man, you know, don't take life for granted, man. And I want y'all to, you know, man, like I say, if you can, you know, if you can go, you know, support her, at least watch her videos so she can get paid on YouTube, you know. But like I said, again, I don't know if it's a publicity stunt, you know, to sell something to Netflix or if that's the truth. I can't call that. I just know what she told me, you know. You know, moving forward from there, man, again, you know, y'all been subscribing to my channel, man. I've been getting notifications from YouTube. Oh, man, it's going to be beautiful, you know. Like I say, summertime, Chicago, going to be nice. You want to see how we really do it in the summertime. I'm going to show y'all the journey on how it is in Chicago in the summertime. What we do, you know what I mean, where we at the bars, you know, niggas on the block. You know, that's the type of shit we do on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying? Again, you know, y'all been showing out for me, man. So I thank y'all for showing out, man. Y'all keep subscribing. I got over 100 subscribers in 2 days. That's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? You know, 1,000 public watch hours. That's good. I mean, people rocking with me. You know what I mean? I know everything I throw out there ain't gonna be no hits, but you know what I'm saying? Man, just chime in for 3-4 minutes. Duck your head in there. You know what I'm saying? Give me a nod. You know what I mean? You know, and you feel me? Again, you know, you leave some in the comments, you see I answer back. I ain't like these big YouTubers who, you know, now if I get 10,000 comments, I don't maybe answer all that. I got other things to do, but you know what I mean? You know, usually I chime in and, you know, I respond back to the people, you know what I mean? I ain't hard to catch up with, you know, you feel me? Hey, you know, this the beginning. Man, I want y'all to, you know, man, keep subscribing. You know what I'm saying? Rock out with me. You know what I'm talking about? You know, man, just, hey, if you like my video, you know what I'm saying, rock out with me, you know what I'm saying, you know, if, you know, hit the cash app or whatever, you know what I mean, Let's get it cracking. You know what I'm saying? Anything to do. My man, I'm out. Holla.